Hi, my name is Natalie Beck. I'm a licensed clinical social worker with ChildLink in Chicago, Illinois. ChildLink is a community-based nonprofit that provides individual, couples, and family therapy. In light of the coronavirus pandemic, we have decided to transition our therapy services to be fully sustainable online by telehealth. Additionally, we've decided to release a web series to provide you helpful information about mental health so that you can help maintain and manage your symptoms throughout this period. The video that you're about to watch is from a longer video on anxiety from this series. If you're interested in viewing this longer video, or if you'd like to see other videos on different mental health topics, please feel free to check out our Facebook and Instagram pages, where you can like and follow to get more updates and information about our web series, as well as information about ChildLink. If you or someone you know is experiencing concerning mental health symptoms, please feel free to reach out to us if you're interested in therapy services at the contact information provided at the beginning and end of this video. And now, let's get into some strategies to help you manage your anxiety. So it is helpful to postpone distress, anxiety, worry, fear, and other strong, intense emotions towards time-limited exposure periods that you can use to either feel emotions that are uncomfortable or distressing or overwhelming, to gather information that may cause emotional responses or may cause worry, and to just engage in problem solving about stressful topics. However, outside of this exposure time, it's really important to also have a balance of distress tolerance techniques that you can use to help you get through the day and to help you do the things that you have to do for your day. So engaging in your relationships, making sure that you're productive with work, and making sure you're taking care of your home life. And in order to do that, a lot of times distress tolerance techniques can include distraction techniques and self-soothing techniques so that you're not necessarily avoiding the issue because you have that exposure time, but you're avoiding that issue in the moment so that you can get through what you need to do. Within dialectical behavior therapy, which is where a lot of distress tolerance techniques come from, they have the expression that distress tolerance is like filling up your gas tank so that you can get from one destination to the next without having to stop. So really, these are not necessarily going to be always full-blown coping skills or things that are going to take you away and require a lot of time and energy. They a lot of times can be very specific and limited to just getting you through a specific moment or a specific urge that you might have, or strong sensation of an emotion that you might get hit with that you just need to get past and keep moving on with your day. So in order to go over some of these distress tolerance techniques, we're going to talk about an acronym from dialectical behavior therapy called BOSS, so that you can better understand some strategies you can use to manage your distress in between those exposure times. So the good news is that BOSS as an acronym is actually really helpful because it's very easy to use once you understand the basic premise of it. So BOSS is a way of reminding you ways in which you can focus on other things as a way of temporarily distracting yourself from whatever is distressing that you're saving for your exposure time. So the first is B, which is being busy. And this can include anything from cleaning your house or doing other chores to engaging in hobbies or getting work or homework done, anything that is going to make you feel productive and is going to help you reduce distress. So especially for those of you who might have some OCD symptoms with your anxiety, this is going to be really important to make sure that you're not just taking your desire for control over a situation and displacing it onto something else. So if you feel like you need to fix, manage, and control something that you're saving for your exposure time, it's not going to be helpful to stress yourself out by trying to fix, manage, and control your closet or your kids or any other thing that you would try to use to distract yourself from being busy. So this is just something that's going to help you reduce distress, make you feel better, something to kind of absorb your mind in temporarily so that there's no opportunity to get lost in a worry spiral. The O is focusing only on others. And what that means is just getting outside of yourself and doing something for someone else. A lot of times, if we're worried about our own concerns, it can be really helpful to just remind ourselves that other people have lives that they're living that have their own concerns, their own worries, and that people get through other struggles that they're surviving too. And so a lot of times it's good to just reach out to an old friend and schedule a phone call. Now everybody's using Zoom or other Hangouts. House Party is a great app where you can play games with other friends and family while also being able to video chat with them. You can reach out to people who are celebrating graduations and had their graduation canceled, and you can do something to celebrate with them. You can, reach out to someone who had to postpone a wedding and congratulate them on an engagement and give them some sort of encouragement. Just something to get yourself in a thinking space outside of your concerns and your own situation. The first S, as we move along, is to focus on strong sensations. And for those of you who have some post-traumatic stress that contributes to your anxiety, or if you have a lot of panic where you have that sheer visceral fear that doesn't necessarily have a known catalyst, especially if you haven't been working with a therapist to kind of understand some of your triggers, it can feel like there's fear and physiological responses without a real clear understanding of what's going on. Strong sensations are really helpful because it can help bring you back into your body and really help you focus on the present, which is what distress tolerance techniques are really great at. So strong sensations are basically going to be anything that pulls on anything sensory. So beautiful images or, staring at a candle are great for sight. Staring at artwork is also helpful too, especially if it's a really intricate or engaging piece that helps you get kind of lost in it. Same thing with music. You can listen to some really intricate and beautiful classical music. And it doesn't have to necessarily be soothing or calming. It just has to be something that helps you to engage in the present moment and get outside of yourself temporarily so that you're just focused on whatever is happening with that music. Other possible things can include tasting things that have a really strong taste or that have a soothing taste or a pleasant taste or a distinct taste. Same thing with smells. Smells are great, especially if you have scented candles or aromatherapy lotions. It really helps to engage you and bring you back into the present and bring you back into your body. Same thing with touch. A lot of self-massage is very helpful, or you can do things such as grabbing a cold ice cube or taking a hot shower or a cold shower. Those are things that are all going to bring you back into your body, are going to be great as a grounding technique, and are also going to help you, because they're so sensory, to calm down your mind, calm down your thinking, move you away from the abstract of worry and prediction and guessing, and move you more into this is what's happening here, this is what's happening now, and I'm in the present. I'm not worried about regret from the past. I'm not worried about future from the, present or anything that I have concerns about for the future. I'm just here right now in this moment. The second S is for statements of self-support, and these can come in many forms. So you could do self-affirming statements that acknowledge your current vulnerabilities. So for example, I'm really sleep deprived right now. I didn't get sleep last night, but I'm sure that if I got some rest, this wouldn't feel so terrible right now. Or you can make positive affirmations to yourself. This is a really difficult time, but I know that I can manage this because I've done this before. And finally, we get into radical acceptance coping statements, which are my personal favorite because I think they're really helpful in cueing you back into the present moment, but also really help with distress tolerance because they're good reminders that we can't necessarily change everything in our environment, even if we want to. So there are times when we just have to radically accept what is going on, even if we don't like it. So to demonstrate some radical acceptance coping statements that you can use, I've asked a few friends of ChildLink if they would share their favorite radical acceptance coping statements that they used during the pandemic to help them manage their distress.
I am strong and I can deal with this.
My thoughts don't control my life. I do.
This too shall pass. This too shall pass.
I can take all the time I need right now to let go and relax.
This is the way it has to be.
The present is the only moment I have control over.
This situation won't last forever.
This situation sucks, but it's only temporary. But
My anxiety, fear, and sadness don't feel good right now, but they're not going to kill me.
Esta situación no durará para siempre.
This situation sucks, but it's only temporary.
so what?